Hello my dear students, welcome to maths class. Today we are going to move the next section, that is cone. Okay, do you all have eat cone ice creams? Yes, we all eat cone ice creams. And shape of that cone ice cream is actually a shape of a solid. Okay, today we are going to study about that solid, that is cone. Okay, see here you can see a cone. This one is a cone, this one is another cone, this is another cone, like that. Okay, then how can we make a cone? Yes, a cone is made by rolling a sector. Do you remember sector? What do you mean by a sector? Yes, sector means what? Sector means actually, yes, it is an area enclosed between two radii and an arc. Okay, two radii and arc forms a sector. This one is a sector. And if we roll up a sector, we get a cone. Okay. See here we can see a sector. Okay, this sector, this one is an arc and these two are the radius. So, a sector means it is the area within two radius and one arc. Okay, so area enclosed within two radius and an arc is called sector. And if we rolled up a arc or if we rolled up a sector, we get a cone like this. Okay, so here what is slant height? Slant height, this height. Okay, this height, that is the radius of the circle from which the sector is cut out is considered as the slant height of the cone, or radius of the sector is the slant height of the cone. Okay, radius of the sector is the slant height of the cone. So if we take radius of the sector as yes, radius of the sector as big R. Okay, big R, capital R. If we take the radius of the sector as capital R, okay, and radius of the cone as small r. Okay, radius of the cone as capital R and radius of the cone as small r. Okay, then what is R? Capital R is the slant height of the cone. Okay, slant height of the cone. So we represent using the letter L. Okay, so radius of the cone is slant height of the radius of the sector is the slant height of the cone. Okay, slant height of the cone. Radius of the sector is equal to slant height of the cone. And how do we find the radius of the cone? Radius of the cone. So radius of the sector and slant height of the cone are equal. Okay. Okay, radius of the sector is equal to, this radius is equal to slant height of the cone. Slant height of the cone. If we rolled up the sector, yes, what will be the length of the arc? Yes, the length of the arc will be the perimeter of the base of the cone. Okay, the length of the arc of the sector, length of the arc of the sector is equal to the perimeter or circumference of the base of the cone. Okay, base of the cone. So arc length is equal to, how do we find arc length if the central angle is given? How do we find arc length if the central angle is given? Suppose the central angle of this sector is x degree. Suppose the central angle of the sector be x degree. Then how do we find this arc length? Yes, from 9th standard we have an equation. Which is that equation? That is, if the central angle of a sector is x degree, then the length of the arc or the arc length is equal to, yes, x by 360 into 2 pi r. Okay, x by 360 into 2 pi r. Okay, x by 360 into 2 pi r. So to find arc length of any arc, we just find out the central angle of that arc central angle of that sector, then central angle of the sector by total angle of the circle is 360 into 2 pi r, where 2 pi r is the circumference of the circle or perimeter of the circle. So this is how we find the capital R. See here, the radius of the circle or radius of the sector is, yes, the slant height of the cone. Okay, radius of the sector is equal to slant height of the cone. So what about this arc length? Arc length is the perimeter of the base. Arc length is the perimeter of the base. Okay, perimeter of the base. That is, yes, arc length. Arc length is equal to, yes, arc length is equal to x by 360 into 2 pi r. Okay, and this r is the radius of the circle. Radius of the circle is equal to slant height of the cone. So we can write this as x by 360 into 2 pi l. And the arc length is the base perimeter. So if we take the base radius as small r, then base perimeter is 2 pi r. So 2 pi r is equal to x by 360 into 2 pi l. From this we can cancel the 2 pi. Here we have r. R is equal to x by 360 into l. So this one is a relation connecting the slant height base radius of a cone. That is, r by l is equal to x by 360. R by l is equal to x by 360, where r is the base radius, l is the slant height of the cone, and x is the central angle of the sector. R is base radius, l is slant height, x is the central angle, 360 is itself. Now we are going to do one problem. First question, what are the radius of the base and slant height of a cone made by rolling up a sector of central angle 60 degree cut out from a circle of radius 10 centimeter. Okay, so here we have a circle of radius 10 centimeter, and from that we cut out a sector of central angle 60 degree. Central angle 60 degree and its radius is 10 centimeter. Then we need to find out the base radius and slant height. So we know that the base radius and slant height is equal to radius of the sector. Slant height L is equal to radius of the sector. Here the radius is equal to 10 centimeter. So slant height is equal to 10 centimeter. Now we need to find out the base radius. So what is the relation between base radius, slant height and the central angle of a sector? That is, r by l is equal to x by 360. So r is equal, r we don't know, l is equal to 10, and what is x? X is equal to 60 by 360. Okay, 0 and 0 get cancelled. Then 6 is 6 times 36. So we have r by 10 is equal to 1 by 6. From this, r is equal to 10 by 6. Okay, just cross multiply. Then we have 10 by 6, or we have 5 by 3. Okay, 5 by 3 is the answer. Next question, second question, what is the central angle of the sector to be used to make a cone of base radius 10 centimeters and slant height to 25 centimeter? So here we have base radius of the cone is equal to, that is, r is equal to 10 centimeter and slant height L is equal to 25 centimeter, and we need to find out the central angle of the sector, that is x. So what is the relation between them? R by L is equal to x by 360. Just substitute these values, that is 10 by 25 is equal to x by 360. Just cross multiply. Then we have 10 into 360 is equal to 25 into x. From this, x is equal to 10 into 360 divided by 25. Okay. That is, x is equal to 144 degree. One more question here. What is the radius of what is the ratio of the base radius and slant height of a cone made by rolling up a semicircle? So what is the central angle of a semicircle? Central angle of a semicircle is 180. So 180 by 360 is equal to 1 by 2. So that is the ratio between base radius and slant height. So the ratio is 1 by 2 or 1:2. Okay. Then next is curved surface area. Curved surface area means the area of the sector. Okay, curved surface area means area of the sector from which the cone is made. Okay, curved surface area, that means this part only. This is what we call curved surface area. This curved surface area, we need to find out that curved surface area. How do we find the curved surface area? Curved surface area is equal to, yes, curved surface area of a cone is equal to the area of the sector. Area of the sector. And how do we find area of a sector? Area of a sector is equal to, yes, central angle of the sector by 360 into, yes, pi r square. Okay, here we have r and l of the cone are equal. So this is equal to r and l of the cone are equal, that is pi r square. Instead of that we can write pi l square. Okay, pi l square. And from our last relation we have x by 360 is actually r by l. X by 360 is equal to r by l. Just substitute that, then we have, yes, r by l into pi l square. Okay, that is r by l into pi into l into l. One l get cancelled, so we have pi rl. So area, curved surface area is equal to, curved surface area of a cone is equal to pi rl, where r is the base radius and l is the slant height. Okay, so curved surface area of a cone is pi rl. Curved surface area is pi rl. Then what will be the total surface area? For a cone we can see that one curved surface is here and one base is also there. So how do we find area? Total surface area of a cone. Total surface area TSA, total surface area is equal to base area plus curved surface area. Curved surface area, and we know that the curved surface area is equal to pi rl, that is pi into r is the base radius plus l. Then what will be the base? Here the base is equal to a circle. Base is a circle, and how do we find area of a circle? Area of a circle is pi r square. So this is equal to pi r square, that is base radius is pi r square. Base radius is r, then its area is equal to pi r square. So we have pi rl plus pi r square. So total surface area of a cone is equal to pi rl plus pi r square, where r is the base radius and l is equal to the slant height of the cone. Okay, now we are going to find out the relation between height, slant height and base radius of a cone. See, here you can see a figure. What do you mean by height? Height is the distance between the apex of the cone to the center of the base circle, okay, or the base of the cone. The height distance between the apex and the center of the circle, that is the bottom of the cone. Okay, so if we join this, see, this is the height of the cone and this one is the slant height of the cone, and what about this? That is the base radius. So how do we connect the height, slant height and base radius? Yes, this forms a right triangle. So we can say that the height square plus base radius square. Height is h, base radius is r and slant height is l. So we can find out a relation between the height, slant height and the base radius, that is height square plus base radius square is equal to the slant height square. So this is a new relation. Okay, now we have some problems based on this. So this is our question. What is the area of the curved surface of a cone of base radius 12 centimeters and slant height 25 centimeter? How do we find the curved surface area? Curved surface area of a cone is equal to, Yes, pi RL. Okay, pi RL is the base area, pi RL is the chord surface area of a cone. So that is equal to CSA is equal to pi RL. Here what is R? R is equal to R is equal to 12 centimeter and slant height L is equal to 25 centimeter. Then what will be CSA? CSA is equal to pi into 12 into 25. So that is equal to, yes, 500 pi. Okay. Next question is, what is the surface area of a cone of base diameter 30 centimeters and height 40 centimeters? Okay, here we need the surface area of the cone. Surface area of the cone means the total surface area of the cone. So total surface area, what is the equation? Total surface area is equal to pi r square plus pi RL. So what we need here? Yes, we need R and L. Okay, so here we have the base diameter. Base diameter is 30 centimeter. Then what is base radius? Base radius is equal to, yes, 30 divided by 2. Okay, radius is half of diameter, so that is equal to 15. And what is its height? Yes, height is given there, but here we need, yes, we need slant height, but height is given here. Height of the cone is given here. That is equal to 40. Then how do we find out this L first? Yes, what is the relation between R, L, H? R, L, H, that is, yes, L square is equal to H square plus R square. That is equal to, L square is equal to 40 square plus 15 square. 40 square is equal to 1600 plus 15 square is equal to 225. So that is equal to, yes, 1825. Then L is equal to root of 1825. This is not a perfect square, so it's square root. We just write like this. Okay, now we need the total surface area. Total surface area is equal to pi r square plus pi RL. Pi r square is equal to pi into r is 15. So pi into 15 square plus, that is pi into 15 square, and pi RL is equal to pi into r is 15 into root of 121825. Okay. So that is equal to 225 pi plus 15 pi into, yes, root of 1825. Okay. We have 2 more questions in this section that we will discuss in the class. Our next topic is volume of cone. Volume of a cone is equal to a third of the product of the base area and the height. Okay, that is, if base area is equal to, yes, what is the base of the cone? Base of the cone is a circle and its area is equal to, yes, pi r square. Pi r square, and what about the height? Pi r square h, and 1/3 of pi r square h, that is 1/3 pi r square h is volume of a cone. Okay, volume of a cone is equal to 1/3 pi r square h. 1/3 pi r square h is volume of a cone. This is the equation to find volume of a cone, 1/3 pi r square h. Okay, using this we are going to find out the following problems. That is, the base radius and height of a cylindrical block of wood are 15 centimeters and 40 centimeters. What is the volume of the largest cone that can be carved out of this? Okay, do you remember cylinder? Yes, what do you mean by cylinder? This is what we call a cylinder, and the base radius of the cylinder is equal to, yes, 15 centimeter, 15 centimeter, and its height means this height, that is equal to 40 centimeter. Okay, so 15 and 40. What is the volume of the largest cone that can be carved out of this? Okay, largest cone means, yes, if we sharpen the cylinder we get a we get a cone like this. That means this cone have the same base and same height. So what is the relation between the volume of a cone and the volume of a cylinder? If their base and height are equal, if their base radius and heights are equal, yes, the volume of the cylinder or volume of the cone is 1/3 of volume of the cylinder. Okay, and we know that volume of the cylinder is pi r square h, and volume of the cone is equal to, yes, volume of the cone is equal to 1/3 pi r square. 1/3 pi r square h. Here r is equal to, is 1/3 into pi into r is equal to 15. So 15 square into h is equal to 40. So that is equal to, yes, that is equal to 300 pi. So volume of the cone that is carved out from the cylinder is equal to 300 pi. Next question, the base radius and height of a solid metal cylinder are 12 cm and 20 cm. Melting and recasting. By melting and recasting means here what we need to find is melting and recasting question. We always find volume. So volume of the, so here the volume of the cylinder is equal to, yes, volume of cylinder is equal to cylinder. What do you mean by cylinder? This is what we call a cylinder, and its base radius is given. Base radius is equal to 12 cm and its height is equal to, base radius equal to 12 and height is equal to 20. Okay, what is its volume? Volume is equal to pi r square h. Okay, pi r square h, that is equal to pi into r square, that is 12 square into 20. Okay, which is equal to, that is equal to 2880 pi. Okay, by melting and recasting, that means we melting and recasting means we just melt this cylinder and make cones of base radius 4 cm and a height 5 cm. Okay, so to make one cone, how many volume is needed? For that we need to find out the volume of one cone. Okay, this is volume of cylinder. Okay, next we need the volume of cone. Okay, cone. So volume of cone is equal to 1/3 pi r square h. 1/3 pi r square h. Here the dimensions of the cones are, yes, base radius is equal to 4 cm and height is equal to 5 cm. Then what about volume of one cone? That is equal to 1/3 pi into r square. R square is equal to 4 square into h is equal to 5. So that is equal to, yes, 16 into 4 square 16 into 5 is equal to 80 pi by 3. Okay, 80 pi by 3, and the volume of one cone is equal to 80 pi by 3, and we need to make this much volume of quantity into cone. Then how many cones will be there? Yes, number of cones is equal to, yes, total volume is equal to 2880 and volume of one cone is equal to 80 pi by 3. Okay, so the number of cone is equal to total volume divided by volume of the cone, that is equal to 80 pi divided by 3. So that is equal to 288 pi into 3 by 80 pi. Pi and pi get cancelled. So here 2880 pi and pi get cancelled, 0 and 0 get cancelled. In 288 and 8 is, yes, 36 times in 288. So 36 into 3, that is 108 small cones can be made using this much volume of that melted, from that melted cylinder we can make 108 cones. Okay, and here we have 3 more problems. Okay, that we will discuss in the class. Okay, thank you.